Well, can you explain me what your role is in the Apricot project, the game project?
Well, to support the artists using Blender, so that's the 3D package where they make the characters and the animations, and if they have a problem, if the animation isn't working or if there's a bug in the software, we have to fix it or look into why it's going wrong.
Right. Can you explain to me what do you need to make a game? What kind of elements do you need to make a game?
Well, you need content creation, so you need to be able to make all the models, sounds,
Graphics.
yeah,
Sounds,
textures, everything, and then you need a game engine.
2D graphics, 3D graphics, programming, and putting it all together.
Yeah.
You're Pablo. You're one of the programmers of the project.
Yep.
Correct. And can you tell me what you're doing right now?
Well, I work on the tool that connects the 3D environment, like the 3D designing environment with the real-time engine.
Mm-hmm. So, if you want to become a game programmer, what should you learn?
Programming, basically. And
What
programming all the time.
Language? Which language?
Well, personally, I would recommend. I don't know. Well, I think for game programming, at some point you will need to learn C, C++.
Mm-hmm.
Well, personally, I would recommend Python too, like for playing around.
Frank, can you tell me what your role is in the Apricot project?
I am the graphics engine programmer, which means I'm working on the very basic code that draws the 3D graphics, and my job is to make sure it's fast and it looks good. So
You were the producer of the game Apricot.
Yes.
What does it take to make a video game like Apricot?
Need some ingredients, like for example you need to have an enthusiastic team. So that's more or less like 120,000 euros you need to have like a project like Apricot. Furthermore, we have like a period of 6 months. Besides that, you need like good software. We are using only specific open source software. We have like a lead artist, art director, a person who is responsible for the gameplay, and besides that we have 3 developers, 1 Blender developer, 1 and 2 Crystal Space developers.
So it's like graphical people and programmers.
Yeah.
So can you tell me what you're doing right now for each project?
Yes, I taken this bird from the pitch project.
Yes. So how much time does it take to make such a model?
From scratch, it can take you, if you designed 1-2 days.
1 or 2 days.
Yeah, with the design included. But if you have already concept, or it's not a big task.
So Darius, can you tell me what you are doing in the Apricot team? What is your role?
I'm game designer, so I'm making game logic. Here we have 3D world. You can see it's kind of simple 3D world, it's test case. And here I'm running scripts in Python. They are just Python plugins for Blender. So I'm making that bricks, I'm putting properties here and actions, reactions, how our squirrel fight with someone.
What happens if you push a button?
Yeah, what happens if you push button, what happens if you touch chestnut.
I'm a game designer. What should you learn?
You need to be a player. You need to play a lot of
games.
A lot of games.
Ideas for games. How do you get your ideas?
How do I get my ideas? There are two things. First of all, I like games, so I look at the games which I like and try to see, okay, what is nice about them? Why is it fun? Why do I keep playing? Why can't I stop playing? Why do I have to go on and on? On the other hand, I'd like to look at, okay, at the whole of the game, see, okay, what does everyone do? And maybe try to find something, what does not everyone do? Maybe find something new, something that hasn't been done 1,000 times before, something special.
Something original.
Yes.
Where do you get your ideas from? The game ideas?
Oh, well, I guess we all talk together. We just sit down and have a chat about what could be fun and what would work. Also think about the Peach movie, which this was, or Big Buck Bunny, the game is based off. And also just other games. Have a look at different jump and run games that are interesting.
Right. Chris, you're one of the designers of the Apricot team.
Yes.
And can you tell me what you are doing right now?
At the moment, I'm using a new tool that one of the developers made for me to paint different textures on the terrain.
Right.
And at this moment, it's just grass and dirt. And later I'll add rock and anything else that we need.
So this is a part of the world of the game?
Yes.
And you're planting grass and mud, basically.
Right, yeah. For the artistic side of game development, you should learn different programs. One for 2D art, which would be like something like the GIMP or Photoshop for painting textures. And then for applying these textures on 3D models that you create, you should learn a program like Blender.
Right.
Our goal at the moment is to make a game demo, and we've been given 6 months for that.
Yeah.
So that gives you some idea of the time it takes to create an entire game if our goal is just to make 2 levels in 6 months, or 2-3 levels.
So like this world you're making now, how much time is it to make this area?
We've been working on this for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And it's not that much of an area, but it is full of a lot of detail which isn't shown here.
Let's see if we can find Frankie. Oh, there is another ship over here. There are a lot of floating objects, and yeah. Here is Frankie.
There he is.
There's Frankie.
How much time does it take?
Well, it depends like of how many thousands of features do you want.
You use a lot of materials that are already there, are made by somebody else.
Yeah, of course, we're using a lot of stuff which has been done in the last 10 years and stuff.
10 years. This is being developed already for 10 years. The software that you use.
Different parts, yeah, but
yeah.
At least 10 years. Many things are probably being developed for older. Well, many of them are not. Are a lot newer too, of course.
How about sound? Where do you get your sounds from in your project?
Well, we have an external person working on the sound,
Right.
Claire.
Do you have any advice for young game programmers, game designers?
Start small. Don't try to make an MMORPG as your first game project, but try to something you can maybe finish in a 2 months or so if you work alone, like a simple puzzle game maybe, or start small and then work upwards. And if you want to make bigger things, work in a team, because with multiple people it's much easier to do something bigger than alone.